This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first three-row, all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults. With 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Hey everybody, last time we did one of these, we were checking in to let you know that Monster Mania wasn't happening. So, this can only mean more good news, right?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, for once, well, we'll start with some bad news. The bad news is obviously Scott and I's favorite convention of the year is canceled this year, Pop Rock and Horror, which was, going to be a pretty big deal for us. It was going to be the same weekend as our 250th episode. It's not happening, and it's the right choice. It's very much so the right choice. Yeah. Good work on I sent a text message to Scott literally like 15 minutes after the announcement was posted just saying, hey, I know this was a hard decision, but I know that you made the right decision, and this is why I love your show so much, is that you actually care about the people who attend it. So, good on him.
He's referring to Scott Hewitt, not Scott me.
Well, I mean, same to you, Scott. Same message is the same. But we've got some pretty big news. As you know, when you listen to After the Credits on Horror Movie Night, we're part of the Geekscape Network. You hear that sweet tune played by Punchline, followed by the sexy voice of one Heidi Cox saying, "You've been listening to a Geekscape show."
Oh, that's Heidi? I never knew.
Yeah, that's Heidi. So, if you've been paying attention to anything that Geekscape's been doing, Jonathan has dove just headfirst into the world of live streaming, doing an interview type show. He's had some pretty dope guests. There was an episode he literally just did with one of the members of the band Ultimate Fake Book, just talking about pop punk in the 90s and like what it was like being part of that scene, which was obviously for a pop punk kid like me, just a delightful little interview to listen to, even though I never really knew Ultimate Fake Book. I knew all the bands that they were associated with. So it was still fun to hear those stories of the road. But he has asked us, hey, Horror Movie Night, how would you guys feel about doing a weekly live stream show? And we thought about it for about 10 to 15 seconds and said, absolutely, that sounds like it would be a total blast. So,
we got nothing but time.
We have nothing but time. So Brian will be on the show with us each week. But he'll be he'll be manning the ones and twos, making sure that it's running smoothly. What's cool about the system that we have is if you're watching live and you're commenting on Facebook and YouTube, and Brian, are we doing more than Facebook or YouTube?
No, we're doing Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, so if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, then whatever you comment, Brian can pick and choose the best comments and project them up on the screen so we can read it and talk to you guys and answer questions that you might have. So the way that you can watch this is you got to follow the Geekscape Facebook page and the Geekscape YouTube channel. You don't have to follow both technically, but one of them so that you don't miss the feed. It's going to be on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So not tonight, but the following Tuesday is when we kick off. I don't want to say who the guests are just yet because we still haven't 100% solidified them, but it's going to just be a general conversation. We're just going to be shooting the shit with each other for a while. We're going to be taking questions from people that are watching and listening in. And then towards the end, we'll do a little discussion topic that we've decided on in advance. Don't expect it to be like a 30-minute debate. It's probably just going to be more of like a 5-minute back and forth, 5-10 minute thing to cap off the end of the episode. But we'll tell you up front what the ending discussion is going to be so that you guys in the comments can start feeding in your own answers. And then Brian will have them saved up and ready to go by the time we get to that final discussion. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about it. Let's hear from you guys because, Brian, you would have the most experience out of the two of you because you joined Jonathan, Derek, and I for our first live stream, and it's a pretty cool program.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I wouldn't do this. I don't like this thing of me being there and people readily looking at my faults. But the software is fascinating, and that's what's driving me to it. It's a fascinating software to play with. Like it's unlike anything I've ever seen for any like live stream platform. I think it's super cool, super interactive, a lot of fun. So yeah, so I'm going to be playing with things and making things happen.
And you're going to talk sometimes, but I know that you're going to keep yourself off the screen as much as you possibly can. you awkward, anxious child.
So, dude, all right. So I have to go to these meetings in Zoom, and the worst things happening. This actually just happened to me last night, and this is why you won't see too much of me. Is in Zoom, if someone speaks, right, and someone shares that we tend to do in meetings, they're on everyone's screen. But if no one else shares for a brief moment, 5, 10, seconds, a minute, it stays on the last person that shares. And that is what I don't want people to see. Is not, I don't mind them seeing me talking. It's them seeing me not talking and just kind of awkwardly looking at the camera.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your face where you just kind of look like you're zoning out most of the time, and that's why you've got a face for podcasting, bro.
I know, and Matt's trying to ruin it. Matt's like, "This is a great idea. You have to do it," and I'm like, "No, this is your dream."
I don't want your life.
So speaking of following dreams, anyone else got anything exciting to talk about?
We don't want to talk about that, Matt.
What, Brian rebranding his company?
Oh, wait, he's rebranding his company?
I'm changing my logo. I'm changing my logo. I'm super excited just to have a local tattoo artist draw up my logo, making my own little thing. Going into, so I originally had this thing I called Pop Thieves Productions. And that was like my creative, and Totem was like my business, right? Because my creative was like a lot of learning and teaching and stuff. And I'm becoming more and more proud of my work, and I'm becoming starting to take the creative aspect, like the shorts that I'm going to start shooting and the documentary I'm working on. Like I'm taking them very seriously, and I'm very proud of the work that I can do. That I think it's silly for me to kind of have them in this own separate little entity instead of what my current business is, because like I love what I do, but it's not my dream to edit people's videos for them,
Right.
it's not my end goal.
It pays the bills.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going for I did a lot of like research going in, and I started looking at other production companies logos, and how they all have a set format that they really stand out when you see them as like a production company. So I wanted to take that, but I also wanted to take like the gritty type style that I like to do and that represents me, and put it into my brand. So yeah, I'm super excited. And like it's a business now. I have a check that I'm hanging up right over there because I've been freelancing for like I had the LLC and I had the name, but it was really just freelancing, getting paid through Venmo and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Now it's like I have my first business check in my business bank account. I feel like
awesome,
dude. I feel like a man,
Yeah.
No, you got real defensive, Scott. Do you have anything?
Yes. So I also just did an LLC for.
Yeah, baby.
I'm excited for that.
You shouldn't be, because I don't think that you're really gonna want what I have to offer. So you're just like every woman out there. No. So mine is called Picked Proteins, and it'll be plant-based meat alternatives. So and they'll be all handmade, organic I'm trying to do non-GMO and clean label, but those are going to have to come a little bit later on, because I'm going to be using a community kitchen, and with a shared space, you can't really get those kinds of certifications. But pretty excited about it because it's going to be a side hustle for the time being. I'm going to keep my real job and just do this as a side business, probably for the first 12 months. And if things go well, I would like to see where I can take it. But the whole idea is to do home cooks, either direct to consumer or via subscription box direct to consumer, and then also having those plant-based options available at local restaurants. Like, there's a really great pizza place just down the street from us, and they have garbage vegan pepperoni. It tastes like nothing, and it's very frustrating for me because if you want pepperoni, you want it to taste like what you grew up with. At least that's what I mean. I ate meat for 30 some years, and so I want
what the taste is that people are looking for when they're looking for a good replacement to it.
Yeah, the taste. Yes, this is basically the stuff, but in real life.
But no, so like you say that's not like, I will invest in some, because I have had your food and I know that you're good. You are not someone to be fucked with when it comes to like doing the proper seasonings to get it where someone like me who doesn't normally eat that much plant-based food can barely tell the difference. So like, I have my fucking seal of approval stamped right on there.
Me too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And the thing that the real core of the business idea is that protein is just a vehicle for flavor. And so if I can make an analog from plants, something that's analogous to what is made with animal protein, that is cheaper, like less expensive, literally, for the consumer, and less expensive and less processed than things like the Beyond Burger, Impossible Burger, Tofurkey, Gardein, all the stuff that's currently mass produced. I feel like that's the idea, is to serve the people that are either unable financially or uninterested due to like the finances or the lack of flavor or things like that. Like, it's an outreach in a way, but really at the end of the day, all it is that I want people to see that the flavor is the point, not what it's made out of, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. So guys, those of you who are keeping score at home, Scott started a business, Brian has a business account, and I want Brian to turn on my webcam so I can talk to people on the internet. So
Matt's over here just like, I'm so lonely.
No, I'm very proud of my podcast co-hosts who are out there making money, doing things their own way.
Oh, I'm not making money. Don't say that. I'm not making any money yet, dude.
Trying to make money, doing things their own way, trying to follow the advice of a Frank Sinatra song that I like very much, despite my feelings of Frank Sinatra in general. But thank you guys for checking in this little bonus episode. Just tossing it out there for you. Just a little something to nibble on before the next episode drops in a couple days. If you haven't,
I wish that our next episode was Motel Hell, just so that you licking your fingers would be like a little surprise.
And if you haven't already, go and check out my interview with the Pink Power Ranger, because man, that's made my week. So
dude, and she followed you.
Yeah, she did.
This is basically everything Matt has ever hoped for. Dude, you never told me. Did you, like, off air, did you show her your cover of my American Power Rangers theme? Or
no, I was absolutely not going to do that.
I love the fact that Matt is like low key, little bit sad that he doesn't have like big news today to share. But
so
like
just sharing old news. Well, no,
motherfucker, you have there's stuff under wraps that you've told myself and Brian within the last 24 hours. That's fucking huge. And like, you are constantly telling us this stuff. And so don't shit on yourself, man. You are killing it in your own right.
I might cut this. Anyway, thanks. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to us and supporting us. And all of that great stuff. I hope that you guys tune in for the live stream. It's going to be fun. I know who some of the guests are that we have lined up. We've got the next 3 weeks almost booked out, and it's going to be a fun conversation and a good time. So,
And if you've listened to the show enough, you will know these people.
Yeah,
So
we're bringing.
stoked.
We're not. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of our favorite people to talk to. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't remember if I said that earlier. Eastern Standard Time on the Geekscape Facebook and YouTube channel. It's going to be maybe an hour. I can't see it going longer than an hour and a half. But we'll see where the conversation takes us, because one person who's definitely confirmed for the first episode is a funny motherfucker. So I know that we're going to be having a good time. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.